I think he's probably just pointing the fact with the guard. I mean, I think he probably asked him about the mining operation here and what he knows of it.
He says, "Oh well, it's every man for himself. Everybody's laying out claim and trying to gather up what they can. Wellstone
So
seems
out
to
of
be dripping from every pore in this place. Hell, you can't even trade the damn stuff around here. It's so worthless."
so it's as abundant as you say.
It's abundant, to say the least. Everybody can get a handful of it.
He seems to take stock of that, and he's sort of like, Um, well, thank you for the company, and he's probably gonna get up and go exploring. I think he's probably gonna look around and see if he can get his hands on some sort of healer's kit after his last after the last fight and being pretty knocked up. Is anybody sort of around selling them sort of supplies?
All right. Cut away to Adrian and Dorian. You guys are taken to, strangely enough, to the Asterwin part of this sort of Dunsborough. And after some sort of nods and some little bit of negotiation, you guys are able to get into this sort of really rowdy tent. Lots of singing and swearing and drinking going on as people are having a really just a raucous time.
Nice.
There's not really many.
Sounds like
There's a couple of women there. They seem to be. Go ahead and roll me a perception. Yeah,
Shit.
you just think there's some hot elves. But Max, you
Well, I'm
know.
a human.
Hmm?
Well, I'm a human. I don't know what a hot elf is. They're all hot to me.
Yeah, well, that's all you know. They're just some hot chick elves, man. But Max, you know that quite a few of these, you can tell they have the appropriate tattoos, on like their leg or their like their calf or like the back of their shoulder or something. Most of these women are slaves that work for the bar.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So yeah, and you guys are just having a ball of the time. Let's see here. As you guys do this, time elapses. You guys are partying, probably quite a few into your drinks. Erlis, you're actually able to buy a healer's kit. So go ahead and how much does that cost? I know it has a technical price.
5 gold.
All right, well, give up all your gold for the healer's kit and add it into your inventory.
Okey-doke.
Once you're finished buying it, you run into one of the sea elves, and she says that you guys are to meet at the tent of the you guys are to meet at the main tent of where Marblebeard and the captain are staying. And each of you move along. You sort of run into a similar situation where perhaps one of the injured, generally one of the sea elves ends up finding you, sort of tracking you down, and trying to round you guys up to get you guys into the tent. Even if you're into your cups, they're willing to drag you by the ear if they must. So yeah, and lead you guys on into there. Let's see here. So now we're going to a new place. Woo! Yeah, go ahead and you guys don't have to put your tokens down if you don't want to.
No, I like to be there.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do a similar deal.
Is there something on the screen? Because I'm not seeing anything.
Really? Nothing?
I just got the blank grid.
Does anybody else have that problem?
No.
Nope.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay. Well,
Reloading.
so you guys are led into the into this tent here.
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
What seems to be the trouble, Captain?
Is everybody able to get it? Get the image up?
Yeah.
I'm having issues. Ignore me.
Okay. Whenever you ask that, from the back, Harmon Marblebeard, he sort of shouts out, he goes, "It's the goddamn elves, I tell you! It's gotta be!" The captain sort of, Captain Carter, she sort of looks over at Onus, and she sort of nods, and the elf begins to speak up. He says, "We've been mining fairly deep recently, and we've come into sort of a cave area that we haven't quite figured out how deep it goes. We've sent several mining crews down there, but as it turns out, they haven't returned. Now, we do understand that this cave seems to run fairly close to a high elf mining camp, that of which of Asterwin, and another one of a dwarven camp of the Copper Axes. The Copper Picks. We believe that it's possible that they may have interfered with our mining operation, and so effectively And then finally Captain Carter speaks up and she says, "We're going to need you to go down there and see what the hell's going on at the end of that tunnel."
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
When do you want us to set off?
Harmon Marblebeard, the dwarf, he sort of pipes up and he says, "We need to send them out there to fucking night. You know how much money this is gonna cost me? I can't have these elves interfering." At this point, the two CL speak up. "Sir, some of these men are fairly into their cups."
I'll chime in and say that's when I work best.
The captain and the high elf sort of look at each other and then at the rest of the group. "Are you fit tonight?"
I don't know if they're fit, but I think they could be a good cover if we ever get caught. If.
"Fine," says Captain Carter. She sort of looks back over the maps. "Go into the cave and find out what the hell is going on down there, and report back to us the moment you figured it out. And don't come back until you found either the blind ending of that cave or where it actually leads to. Understand?"
Are you gonna give us any supplies? Light? It is rather dark.
Captain, I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
You say you want us to tell you the moment we find out, but not to come back until we hit the end. Which is it?
The moment you know whether or not that cave has a blind ending, or whether or not it runs into some other mining operation, I want to find out about it immediately.
Yes. Don't come back until we get to the end. Got it.
She kind of shakes her head. The two CLs look at the group and say, "There are torches down at the tunnel. We'll lead you there so that you guys can know what to do." And are you guys good to go?
Yes.
Alright.
Yep.
I'm hoping you guys have rations.
The male elf sort of looks at you and says, "They haven't been mining for that long. There's no way it goes that deep."
You never know, but I'll take your word for it. Not.
He's like, "Trust me, it'll be fine." Alright. So I guess you guys end up over here at the cave. So basically there's, along the side of this sort of cliff face, there's a whole bunch of these sort of openings and entrances to, there's a whole bunch of openings and various entrances into this mountain face, basically. It seems to have been a fairly busy sort of area, but right now it seems to be, and even into the night, there are some people still working, still shipping stuff in and out. The two sea elves sort of bring you there, and they say, and they basically say, "Well, this is it," and they sort of guide you along, walking you past some of the miners and people shipping out rock and moving stone and stuff like that. And effectively, you're just told, "Alright, well, now, try not to..." Now they say, as you go down there, the deeper you go, you're going to run into more wellstone. Don't load yourself down with it or anything like that. You all will get paid sufficiently once the end of this journey is complete, and once we've all made our way back. We're all going to return home rich men. No need to get greedy now. So go down, find out what's going on. If you can find the bodies of the miners that are missing, all the better. But more than anything else, we need to know how this cave ends, if it ends at all. Understood?
Would you like us to do some mapping as well?
She sort of sits back and she says, "That would obviously be ideal if you could do that. We have the cave mapped out until basically, as you go down, you're gonna find an underground lake. We have a bit of planking that guards across most of it, but then there was a rock slide out of which broke a good deal of it. Past that lake, we don't have a good mapped out system. If you want to do mapping there, that would be ideal. But more than anything else, we want to know if anyone's going to mess with our mining operation. That's priority number 1. Understood?"
Yep.
Have there been any reports of fish people in the lake?
"I think you'll be safe from that," she says with a smile.
Okay. Maybe giant rats?
The man, sort of leaning against the wall, says, "Maybe."
Haha, excellent.
Come on, Salt," says the man, and he and the female CL, the male and female CL, they leave. So you guys are gonna head off?
Alright then, off we go. And I start walking forward into the cave.
Alright.
I think Euless would probably light one of his torches before he heads inside.
Yeah, they have quite a few torches that are sort of set up out there that's supposed to be for you guys to guide. There's also some lamps that seem particularly bright that run on oil, if you would rather grab one of those.
Yeah, I think he would, rather than his
Yeah,
own.
some lamps would be better.
Okay. And off you guys go. As you guys wander, there's sort of a winding path as this area has clearly been dug out. You still come across halflings and dwarves that are working well into the night, moving rock and stone and looking for any small shred they can of a wellstone. As you continue to go, things kind of get a little bit darker, a little bit more dreary as you go. People begin to sort of seem to be a little more busy. As you continue to go deeper, you find more and more foot traffic. People milling about, being really concerned, being a little bit concerned about you know, trying to make space for people. There's definitely a lot of carts that are coming to and fro. Even well into the night as it is, there's still a ton of people that are working through here. And finally you guys get to something that of which is just, like, this alone is just the most incredible thing you've ever seen. And that is this. The entire area is just burning bright with lamps everywhere. People are working constantly. And these great white stalactites you see? Stalagmites? Tights? I think tights? I don't know, I forget.
Tights.
I think so.
Mites come out of the ground.
Tights are
come
above.
from the ceiling.
That's what I thought. Alright, I nailed it.
Yeah.
Alright. These people are building, you know, sort of places to get to these stalactites. All of these seem to be well stones. Dorian, you and Arahale are just floored by the energy in there. You guys are just, you can feel, the cave almost feels alive, pulsing with this. Erlis, you have a hard time trying to even think straight as you walk through this area. Your hand begins to shake, and you almost feel like you're going to lose control at any second, as you're just surrounded by this much of the wellstones.
Okay. I think he's probably just, like, somehow just, he'd probably take to a knee and just try and center himself and try and get his head in together.
As you guys are wandering,
Microphone. Microphone
a halfling
activated.
approaches you. He's dressed sort of raggedly. He's got, you know, dirt smeared across his face, and he says, "Who the hell are you?" To anyone in the group.
We
are you?
are the company of Marblebeard.
Well, we all
here to
work for
investigate this
Marblebeard.
cave.
What are you doing down here?
He sent us down here to investigate this cave for what's been going on.
He sort of tips his head up. He sort of tilts his head up as he looks at you, and he says, "You're going to see about my missing boys?"
That
Yes.
would be it.
He nods, and he immediately starts shouting at the men, "Get out of the way! Everyone coming through! These men are gonna find our boys!" People immediately start to shift out of the way. They sort of look at you, almost hungrily as you guys walk by. You can tell they're a little bit nervous as you cross. And,
Did you say hungrily, like they want to eat us hungrily?
yeah, they want to consume you. No, as in like they really want you. They really want something from you, right?
Oh, okay.
Can we figure out what?
It doesn't take too much to say that you think that it might be that they want you to find whoever went missing, but you can roll for insight if you think that there might be something else.
Do I?
Does anybody else want to roll or not really?
I think Yolis is probably too distracted to be bothered about
Yeah.
what these people want.
Alright.
Oh, there we go. I think I know what's going on.
Alright. I'm assuming nobody else does, so.
Channel
You were
created. User was moved to your channel.
You guys, both of you think that they seem hopeful almost, that you guys, you know, you think that they're curious about that, but each one of them, as they see you walk by, a couple of them just sort of jerk and look away. You think that they might be a little bit concerned about whatever's down there.
Interesting. Okay, so they definitely look worried.
Hmm.
Okay.
Channel switched. User was moved to your channel. User was moved
Alright.
to your channel.
So, you guys continue to move along through this mine.
Before we leave, I'd like to ask the head halfling how many of his boys were missing. If he has a count.
I certainly do have a count. 16 of my best. Brave ones, every one. Each one making a new widow if you can't find them.
And when did the first disappearance happen?
They all disappeared at the same time when they were sent to delve deeper. It was just before the rock slide hit on the lake up ahead. Further down the lake.
Hmm.
Well, don't worry, we'll find your boys and bring them back.
He kinda
Dead or
looked-
alive?
He was looking up. He was looking kind of pleased at the friendlier of that statement, but at the dead or alive, he
You wanna
kind
ask?
of looks at you a little
Concerned?
bit displeased. And he says,
Preferably alive.
"Hopefully it won't come to that." And he sort of nods and walks off as
Well-
he sort of motions for you to continue going. Were you gonna say something? Nicolette?
No, I was just gonna ask what they were so concerned about.
Alright.
But if he leaves, it's fine.
So anyway, so once you guys get to the end of this sort of bridge area here, it just sort of stops, and there seems to be this vast gulf to where this lake is, something like this. The lighting's starting to get a little worse. The water is really clear, but yeah, there's this sort of big gulf between where you are and where you want to go as far as where the lake is. So yeah, so you guys need to get across that.
Is Ulysses' head still spinning from the? It's still strong down there.
It still sucks, but you're starting to kind of get a handle on it. You're sort of growing
Acclimatized to it.
accustomed to it. The force is still there, but you're growing accustomed to trying to handle it yourself.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, this is a problem to solve, and it's definitely not Ulysses' bag, so he's just gonna let somebody else try and work it out.
Can I, like, stick my hammer sort of into the water to see if I can, like, touch the bottom to see how deep this lake is?
Sure, you can try to do that. Is that what you
I
do?
just want to, I just want to, like, poke and see if I can touch the bottom.
You cannot.
It is more than one hammer deep.
Yes. The metric system always
And
feels.
how long is your hammer?
That's what she said.
Hey. I'm serious though.
Seriously.
How long is your hammer?
It's probably like 3 feet or so.
Is it
Oh.
longer than you're tall?
I don't think his hammer would be longer than he is tall.
No, it's a warhammer. It's like one-handed. If none of us know what to do with this, I honestly might go back to the halfling we talked to and ask him how the hell his guys got across this lake.
That is fair. I mean, I'll poke it with like 5 feet of staff. Does that reach anything?
No.
Any of you swim?
Only dog paddle.
Is there anywhere like round the side? Could like you feasibly sort of climb around the side of the port?
You think it would be very hard, but you think it's not inconceivable to try and scale the side of the
Right.
walls.
And there's nothing. Obviously, there's a bit of the walkway where it used to be.
Yeah, but
And
then it
then-
just sinks off into the water.
Yeah. And then that's so. How far was the distance from where it breaks on the other side?
It's a good like it's a good like 20 meters.
Does anybody
Right.
have any rope?
I do.
Yeah, I think I.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to Eurolus and I'm gonna like start taking off all my stuff and I say, alright Eurolus, tie a knot around me, I'll swim across the other side. I'll make a line for us. And I start taking off all my stuff.
Yeah, he sort of reaches into his bag and starts pulling out his 50 feet of rope.
So I'm just gonna like completely disarm, disrobe, dis everything. Brother Toro is standing there butt naked with a rope around him.
Yeah.
And he's going to jump into the water and attempt to swim across.
Yeah, he sort of hands him the rope and wishes him all the best.
I'm sorry, how far was the gap again?
It's like 60 feet.
60 feet.
Yeah, like 20 meters.
I have another
Ah.
50 feet of rope if you need it.
Yeah, we might need that.
You could just daisy chain the rope.
Yeah, I'll Adrian will go ahead and daisy chain the rope and make sure the brother makes it across.
Okay. So you guys tie
If
the
I get
ropes,
to the
and you're gonna hop in there and
Yep.
try and swim across.
yes.
Dorian.
Dorian is. I mean,
Oh no.
He's
I'm
there.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Brother Toro.
Yes, Brother Toro, he's gonna try to swim across, and then, like, if he gets to the other side, he'll try to, like, tie the rope off to a stalagmite or something.
Now I have an important question, Brother
Okay.
Toro. What are you wearing when you try to perform this feat?
Absolutely nothing. I'm butt naked. I've taken off everything.
Alright. Give me an athletics check. Alright, yeah, you're swimming like a fish. Go ahead and give me a constitution check. Constitution save. Alright. The water is like really cold. It is uncomfortably so, but you know, you're made of sturdier stuff than that. You know? You know that at night in the desert it gets pretty freaking freezing. And so a little bit of water would never stop a true sand dwarf like you. Right?
Exactly.
And you're able to doggy paddle your way across.
Excellent. And so I'm gonna, like, try to take the rope off and tie it off to, like, a stalagmite or something to sort of create a big tether.
Mhm.
And then I'll, like, wave and shout. I'll be like, okay, friends, it's secure. You can come over. Echo, echo, echo.
Yeah, I suppose Eurus would obviously try and tie it off somewhere around this side. It's like high up, so like you can shimmy across it. And if it keeps you out of the water, if it's sort of tight, sort of high enough to keep it out of the water, then you would. And then sort of try and, I don't know, climb across.
So each of you are going to kind of try to shimmy across this rope, I assume?
I actually want us to try